Good evening, Jay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Leaders in Action, Season 4, Episode 9. We have seen a lot of changes in our industry during the last 2.5 years. One welcome change that bodes well for the industry is the influx of young generations of advisors and leaders. With their energy and dynamism, coupled with the experience and wisdom of those before them, put the industry in a strong position to adapt well to emerging trends.
Good evening, Mr. Ivy, and to everyone joining us tonight. Our episode this evening promises to be both a discovery and nostalgia as we listen to the exploits of the three young and new leaders filled with anticipation and hope as they explore a new career.
Companies and their agency distribution leaders are putting a lot of thought and investing resources to recruiting and developing young leaders. This is certainly a good strategic move to cater to the growing base of young customers, not to mention their ease to navigate in anything that is digital, which is an area where companies are headed. In an industry that is expected to innovate faster, having more young people who do not hesitate to question the status quo and are willing to learn, this move can only lead to the growth in the business.
Yes, indeed, the industry is in exciting and interesting time, not only because the public has more awareness of the importance and need for life insurance, but also because we see the beginning of a transition. In many companies nowadays, Mr. Ivy, we see the passing of the torch or the passing of the baton happening as more young leaders take on bigger responsibilities in growing the business. Tonight, we are very happy to be joined by three young individuals who are going to share with us their joys, challenges, and discoveries as they take on the responsibility, and the important role of an agency leader, and how they meet the high expectations of their respective companies. So dear leaders, friends, please help me welcome ang ating mga special na guest, panauhin ngayong gabi. Mga batang-bata, mga gwapo at maganda, At higit sa lahat, Mr. Ivy, mga mga magagaling at matatagumpay na sa kanilang position ngayon, as agency leaders. So first, let me call on from ProLife UK, Mr. Diego Borromeo, a unit manager of ProLife. Diego, hi. Yes, hi. And next we have Maiah Chavez, Senior Unit Manager, AIA Philippines. Hi, Maiah.
Hello, good morning.
And of course, Unit Manager or Unit Head. I think they call it Unit Head in Manulife Philippines. We have Mr. Kiven Colong. Hello.
Hi, Kiven.
Thank you very much again for accepting our invitation to be here with us in Leaders in Action, and welcome to our episode tonight, the new leaders on the block. Yan ang aming tawag sa inyo. So welcome.
Maraming salamat sa inyong tatlo. One thing for sure for you being here, significantly bumaba ang average age ng programa na to. So maraming salamat sa inyong tatlo. Pag-uumpisahan na natin ang ating kwentuhan. So I will ask the three of you to kindly briefly answer these questions. Diego first, Maiah, and then si Kiven. All right? So question is, what attracted you to this career? What finally made you join this career? And the profile of your current team. So Diego, please.
All right. So hello everybody, and I'm really excited to share everything and also my experience dito sa industry na ito. So just to give a brief background lang, my parents were actually in the industry for the past 20 plus years, and ever since I was a kid, I was exposed na in this industry. And I remember grade 5, we were asked to do a job opportunity or kung ano bang gusto namin maging trabaho in the future. And at that time, I asked my mom, "Ma, ano pang ginagawa ninyo?" Sabi niya, "Oh, I'm the area manager. I'm the area manager in the insurance industry." And of course, that time I didn't understand kung ano bang insurance, no? Pero pagdating sa program, of course, I told everybody, "Okay, I'll be an area manager in the future." And it was that moment at grade 5, I knew that I was going to be part na in the industry. But I also had a turning point during college. I did freelance photography for my whole college life, and I really enjoyed doing photography. And right after graduation, at 21 years old, I was really thinking na, okay, baka I'll be a full-time photographer. But I was thinking already, can I see myself being a photographer until I'm 50 or until I'm 60? And the answer was really no eh. So that's when I went back and really decided fully on this industry, on the insurance industry. And so far, 4 years down the road, I'm really happy. And the current profile of my team, of course, Gen Zers, the eldest in our team is 29 years old, majority 24, 23. Mga kabatch ko lang din.
Thank you, Diego. I'm sure that you're not the only one very happy for being here. Your parents are extra happy for you being here. Thank you, Maiah.
Hello guys. Hi, good morning leaders. No? So, hi, I'm Maya. And unlike Diego, ako naman I did not have any exposure with the insurance industry before I knew this insurance industry. So ako I'm a CPA by profession. So ang natapos ko ay accountancy back in college. But the thing is, hindi po ito yung aking first choice talaga. My first choice was actually to pursue psychology because I really wanted to understand people, to talk to people, understand how their mind works. Pero dahil napakabait tong anak, sinunod ko ang aking mga magulang at ako ay nag-pursue ng pagiging CPA. And I really experienced yung benefits nun when I entered employment. But eventually, siguro kumbaga fate na rin, no? 6 years or 4 years down the road, I realized that meron akong potential that is not being tapped here. Kasi as a CPA before, medyo ako lang to, again, this is my personality. Parang gusto ko kumakausap ng tao. But it was not given to me in that profession. So luckily, I was attracted to this career when I spoke to my financial advisor back then, which is si Jerome. No? So shout out kay Jerome. And nung nakausap ko siya, actually hindi niya ako nire-recruit. Sabi lang niya sa akin, sabi niya, ang ganda kasi nung planning namin talaga. So right after that, sabi ko, paano ba yung ginagawa mo? Parang gusto ko rin yan. So that was the story. And what finally made me decide, my real goal in life is to retire, active retirement at age 35, meaning wala na akong employment at age 35. But right now, I'm 30, I'm a millennial, and I'm already actively retired since 28. So happy naman ako. So 3 years na in the making. And I would say the profile of my team right now, dahil millennial ako, so millennial din yung team, around 29 to 30 years old. The oldest, halo-halo actually, I also lead, sorry, hindi ko alam yung baby boomers ata, no? 50s. And I also lead Gen Zs and yung Gen X. Yan for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Maya. And certainly, you found the rightful place under the sun. Ito yung pagkakataon mong kumausap ng napakaraming tao. No? Thank you. We go now to Kiven.
Hello everyone. Good morning to all FAs and leaders. No? So, by the way, yung story ni Sir Diego, and kakaiba kami kasi siya is his family is di ba? In insurance. So we are the same with Ma'am Maiah, which is our background, which is our family is not connected in insurance. So yung pag-join ko sa Manulife is very very accidental. It is because na-encounter ko lang yung insurance. It is because my mother, may kasi kami noon, may konting shop which is motor shop. Naga-check yung taga taga DENR, which is yung isa pala doon is part-time advisor in Manulife. So story namin is recruit ako yung as advisor at first nung yung connected sa DNR. So very accidentally, ma'am. So doon starting noon last 3 years ago, I joined in yung career orientation program. So at first very sa akin very very hindi talaga ako hindi ako ma'am, hindi ako may background talaga sa insurance. So nag-join ako noon. So nag-listen lang ako sa career orientation, but the result is very for me it's very talaga life changing. It is because nakikita ko yung potential ng career or ng business nito, at aside of that yung nakikita ko yung dito ako grow as person and as a professional ng career as insurance. And nakita ko yung ma'am, yung I can help people through this career or through this protecting their future. So yun yung isa sa way na na-attract ako sa career sa insurance.
Anong profile ng team mo ngayon, Kiven?
Okay. By the way, ma'am, profile ng team ko ngayon is composed of 25 to ranging mga 45 years old po, ma'am. 25 to 45. So yung tita ko yung 45.
Yung tita mo.
Yes, sir.
Sige. So siguro following yung first question ni Mr. IB, before we talked about yung inyong current roles as leaders, mag-backtrack tayo muna when you all started as financial advisors. I would assume lahat kayo ay nag-umpisa muna as financial advisors bago kayo naging agency leaders. So looking back, what were your initial birth pains when you were starting off as advisors, and how were you able to overcome it? So siguro, umpisa muna tayo naman ngayon kay Maiah and then Diego.
Yes, ayan. No? Ang ganda ng term na birth pains. Yan. Kasi definitely, the first part was a pain. And siguro, maihambing nga siguro sa birth pain kasi indescribable. Ako, when I first started, since I'm an accountant, I'm naturally introverted. Even psychology as a major, kumbaga may view on that is it's for introverts. So wala din akong training on sales. I did not have any experience on it. My parents my father is an engineer, mother is an accountant. So family of introverts. So definitely the first challenge for me was how do I excel in this career? No, medyo may pagka-competitive kasi ako. But parang silent competitive ganun. No? So the first birth pain is how do I excel in this career na ang labanan is pagalingan magsalita. Yan. So that was my first impression. So later on siguro magkwento ko kung ano yung nangyari. No? Pero the first birth pain is as an introvert or someone in the finance background, kaya ko ba mag-excel in an industry that is for sales or yung mga magagaling magsalita in public, those who can influence others, inspire others. That was the birth pain. And siguro what helped me na rin in overcoming it, tama ba Miss J? Yun na rin ba yung question?
Yes.
What helped me in overcoming it is, talaga ako, I have this what you call growth mindset. Kumbaga, my mindset in life is kailangan nag-learn ako every time.
Yeah.
Even after I finished my CPA license back in 2012, natagal na, 10 years ago, I still studied a lot. So I learned about sales in books, videos, mentors, at iba pa. I learned about leadership then. I learned about marketing, etc. Lahat ng kailangan sa industry na ito. And because of that, dahil alam ko na, the greatest teacher for me, kasi I'm a kinesthetic type of learner, is experience. So I just went out, even if I had a mid-shift parang schedule as a CPA before, talagang lunchtime, minsan nakikipag-meet ako ng tao just to test kung ano yung natututunan ko. So that's what helped me overcome it, experience.
Okay, so thank you very much. And listening to you now, parang hindi ko ma-imagine yung fear mo na you cannot you do not have the ability no to speak in front because you really express naman yourself very well no. So talagang siguro nga na-practice ka na practice mabuti nitong profession na to. So thank you Maiah for sharing that. Punta na tayo Diego. Siyempre, grade 5 ka pa lang, ginusto mo na maging insurance advisor. Pero ano yung birth pains mo nung eto na, finally, ay nag-join ka na sa career?
Actually, no, before licensing, we were already talking about MDRT-ship. And I was like, okay, kaya ko na siguro yan. Kaya ko ng MDRT on my first year. Wow, kapal na mukha. Pero when I started, I realized na, okay, I'm starting as a fresh grad. And I realized na talking to my friends wasn't actually as effective as I thought na automatic na they would start a plan with me already, no? Because their first objection was, Diego, I don't have the money yet, no? Kasi I'm starting law school, I'm starting med school, I still have other things to, this is my first, ito pa ang first salary ko, Diego, let me enjoy this, ganun ang feeling. So, the first struggle talaga was getting more clients as a financial advisor, no? And for my first 6 months, I only had actually 3 clients. Ganon. And kapal na mukha, I was talking about MDRT ship already, no? Pero that was a struggle. But right after, I learned from a lot of successful 24-year-old, 23-year-old, 25-year-old financial advisors here in our company. And they're really happy to share all they learned and all of their mistakes. And from them, actually, that's when I learned a lot. I did all of their scripts, all of their experiences, and modified it to my own, no, to this market also. And then slowly started also growing my client base, growing my team, and it really stemmed on the support of all of my colleagues. That's how I started to become successful in this industry.
Okay, thank you for that. No, so Maiah, talagang learning, no, from reading. Okay, ikaw naman learning from the experiences of your mga colleagues naman, no, in the business. So Kiven, punta tayo sa iyo. Ano yung mga initial birth pains mo nung ikaw ay nag-umpisa as financial advisor, because as you said, no, wala kang background talaga sa insurance. And paano mo na-overcome yun?
Yes, ma'am. So, by the way, no, my struggle at first talaga, my birth pain ko as starting advisor is, yun, I don't have any, ready market. So, meaning, based on my age at that time, last 3 years ago, so, yung mga friend ko, yung iba, wala pang income, so, wala pang enough na, ika-start ng mga program, no. So, yun yung una kong struggle, like yung pag-build ng business ko at first. So aside of that, I don't have any sales background or selling experience aside of especially in insurance. So that's my talaga struggle at first, no. But along the way, yung sister ko po is yung eldest sister namin is thankful ako sa kanya because she's the one na sa akin, nag-refer ng mga clients. So, yun yung nangyayari. So, at first, yung mga yung mga kabatch niya or yung mga mga kakilala niya. So, yun yung ina-prospect namin. So, and then, my struggle din is yung pag-build talaga yung client base ko or network ko. No? So, yun. Basically, yung ginagawa ko, ma'am, is aside from learning the basic in the business is kasi wala akong ready market, so nag-create ako ng network by doing ma'am, yung cold marketing, yung napupunta kami sa mga businesses, yung mga owner ng hardware, so yun yung ginagawa ko. So almost at least in a week, at least tries. So yun yung para at least makabuild ako ng sarili kong market or network. So yun yung ginagawa ko, ma'am.
Thank you, Kiven. Also, thank you to the three of you. So based on what you've shared, talagang halos pareho, no? Normal yung inyong pinagdaanan, no, na birth pains, no. That's also the same birth pains we usually hear, no, from somebody who's starting off from this career. So ang learning diyan doon sa mga nag-uumpisa pa, no, tingnan nyo itong mga successful natin ng mga batang leaders, no. Pinagdaanan din niya kung ano yung pinagdadaanan nyo ngayon. So no, have that confidence na later on ma-overcome nyo yan and you can be just like them, successful in this career. Yes, Mr. Ivy.
Congratulations to the three of you. No, in such a short time, you now are leaders and are responsible for the future of a lot of people. So matanong ko nga kayo, ano ba yung dahilan kung bakit naman pinasok nyo ang isang leadership role na hindi naman madali? So maybe start with Kiven. Ikaw naman nag-umpisa, bakit ka pumasok sa role ng isang agency leader?
Okay, sir. So, by the way, at first, hindi ko talagang pinano mag-leader, no? So, unang-una is I joined as advisor. So, but along the way, since my sister is kinonvince ng branch manager ko na ngayon na mag-join din. Kasi unang-una, di ba, as what I've said earlier, na siya yung nag-refer sa akin ng mga client.
Yeah.
So, yun. So, kinonvince siya na aking branch head, which is na mag-join na lang din at mag-exam sa IC. So, and for the next month, and my dalawang cousin ko nag-join din. So, and second, and third month, yung mga kabatch ko na mga yun sa college. So yun na yun. So, I have 6 tag after 3 months na direct na mga advisor ko. So, yung qualification kasi ng at first yung junior unit manager sa amin, which is associate unit head sa iba na mga position is at least may 4 lang na tag na advisor. So and yun, so I've decided na after 7 months yung November 2019 nag-decide ako at tinulungan ako ng leader ko na i-promote. So na-promote ako as associate unit head noong November 2019. So, and also, I was also inspired to them. No, it's because nakita ko yung nila, yung team na nila ngayon. So nakita ko rin na iba din yung ikaw yung maging instrument na may magiging ma-change yung life nila as mag-advisor sila. So, yun yung nakikita ko mas pinasok ko yung pagiging leader. And aside of that, the income potential sa pagiging leader. So, yung passive dyan sa pagiging leader din. So, yun yung na-consider ko as pagiging leader.
Thank you, Kiven. Again, it's about having the influence over people's lives and of course, the rewards that come with it. Thank you. Maiah, in your case, what made you decide to take the leadership role?
Yeah, thank you, Sir Ivy. For me naman, I would say, summarize ko lang in 2 things. So number 1, when I experienced, actually my first ever recruit is passively recruited. So nag-join na ng client ko kasi siya sabi niya, paano ba ginagawa yan? Sali ako, no? So same with how I joined Jerome, that's also how I got my first recruit. And when I experienced leadership, even with that one person, and also back in employment, when I led people, I realized na parang ang fulfilling ng feeling. Ang fulfilling ng feeling. And my biggest dream talaga in life is number 1, touch at least 1% of the Filipino community, which is at that time nung ginawa ko yon, 1 million. Yan. Ngayon iba na, no? Mas malaki na yan. Pero right now, that's my number muna. And kinumpute ko, ilan kayang clients yung kailangan ko makausap to do that 1 million. So, it's very impossible. Baka hindi ako matulog or patay na akong hindi ako natutulog just to meet clients. And I saw the opportunity that's in front of me na hindi ko nakita before, na there is the opportunity of leadership, na I can multiply myself 2 times, 3 times, 10, 100, and kung ano pa, nakakayanin ko yung big vision na yun. So that's the first thing for me. That's why I decided to pursue leadership. Kasi iba yung feeling of fulfillment and also imagine touching 1 million lives. So talagang may ripple talaga, ripple. And then second for me is the nabanggit kong goal kanina of active retirement. Medyo entrepreneur mindset kasi ako. So talagang right now, I'm also like leading businesses on the side. And gusto ko talagang makapagpatayo kasi nung goal ko na home for the aged before 35. So para mapatayo ko yun, I need a lot of funds, I need a lot of sources of income, and I saw leadership as a track that can get me there. Na sabay-sabay, no? Sabay-sabay kaming aangat ng team. So parang hindi ko ngayon lang nakita ng ganun, win-win-win-win na type, no? Client, advisor, leader, and Philippines, no? Parang alalan, ang ganda talaga nung benefit ng leadership for me. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful answer as well, no, Maiah. You have a very clear vision, and the strategy is to multiply yourselves, empower others, so that that vision becomes a reality. Salamat. Diego.
Opo, Sir IB. Actually, I also agree with Miss Maya, no, na leadership is a win-win-win situation talaga. Pero when I started, I actually didn't consider leadership yet. I was thinking, okay, maybe 5 years down the road or 6 years. Kasi ganun man talaga ang usual corporate ladder, di ba? Siguro promotion to management would take 5+ years pa. So I was in that mindset. And then, there came to a point na I talked to a lot of other advisors also and found out na they already promoted to unit manager at 24, 25 years old. Posible pala. So, I was thinking, okay, ano bang kailangan?
Yeah.
And ano bang age ng youngest? So, my competitive self was thinking, okay, my colleague ako dito na was promoted at 25 years old. All right, I'll try to beat it at 24. And then, because of the pandemic and everything, no, na-delay siya konti, pero that was also at 24 years old, so I was happy na nangyari talaga siya. But that was my turning point talaga, no, to consider leadership because of the income, of course, of the income. We have a lot of colleagues also who are earning a lot compared to being a sole agent lang talaga or sole advisor. And for my career as in the long-term career is more viable for me because I can't imagine myself also offering, siguro actively offering to my friends at 50. I'd like to spread also this opportunity to more friends to have a branch in the future and maybe also an area in the future. So, with the possibility of promoting at 24 years old, for sure, promotion for branch would be possible also. So that's what motivated me to really consider leadership because of the growth here and the career growth and the lifestyle plus also in becoming a leader. So a lot of perks, but in the end, the mission of really helping a lot of friends, no, because we leverage our industry or our blessings also to a lot more people. So the bigger the team, of course, the more people we can ensure. So I'm really happy with that goal.
Thank you, Thank you, Diego. Again, to the three of you, no, masarap pakinggan yung mga sagot ninyo at napaka sarap na talagang ma-realize ng lahat ng nakikinig that where they are right now as leaders really, no, is a very rewarding career, both financially and more importantly for the heart, no. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah. Okay, so Diego, balik ako sa iyo. Diego. Yes, yeah. Diego, alam naman natin and you have acknowledged it, no, that you started or you're still under the agency that was built, no, and being led by your mother and father, no, both active, no, very active pa sila sa operations ng agency. If I may ask you a personal question, ano ba ang benefits under that kind of a setup? Meron bang I'm sure maraming benefits yan at kung meron man, ano ba ang konting disadvantages or limitations sa ganung klase ng setup?
For me, the major advantage, no, for me is siguro ang aking positioning to my clients. I always try to position myself in the long-term service And I always tell my clients that 20 years, 40 years from now, you see me in this industry kasi kung if I resign here, baka na-disown na ako. Baka na-disown na ako. Pero joking aside, no, a lot of benefits talaga from my mother being the direct area manager and my father being an MDRT. I can really learn a lot from them. And of course, they're my number one mentors in management. I can talk to my mom. In sales, I can talk to my father. So I'm really grateful for this position, and I'm sure this is a very rare position to be in the industry. So I'm really blessed to be part of it. And there's still a downside, no? Downside of it, maybe the pressure of maybe the people thinking, oh, you're the son of the agency owners, ganon. Pero, you know, I just try to be my genuine self lang. Try to be the best agent that I can be, not compare myself to my family. And so far, it's been doing really well, no? Of course, the perks and the downsides, but ending, I'm really happy with the setup right now.
Okay. That's good to hear, no? And I'm sure, no, your parents, no, Nina and Paul, no, are very happy and proud of you. But having said that, sabi mo nga, yung pressure, no, that's one of the downside. But Diego, how are you able to ensure na you're still able to keep, no? Kasi nga very popular, very successful ang parents mo. Paano mo na-ensure na you still have that identity of yours and an identity of the team, of your own team?
Maybe the advantage for me, Miss J, is that we're from a different generation kasi.
Okay.
So the way I siguro position our plans is different from the way my father positions the plans. And the way we build our team is different from the way they build their team. So, and the good thing about this is we try to meet in the middle also. Kung ano bang best best attributes for each generation, we try to mold it. Of course, because as an agency, no, we have mixed generations pa rin. So we try to look for the best option and the best approach for everything. And ganun talaga ang setup namin. But yeah, hindi namin maano siguro. I can really still have that identity of my team and have that own goal for myself. I know what I can do, and I know I can even surpass the expectations of other people. That's my motivation na lang din in this industry also.
Yeah, thank you, Diego. No, we recall your mom and your dad, no, were saying that they're also very happy that you joined them because ikaw nga daw ang in charge, no, of the millennial team, no, sa agency. So sabi mo nga, yeah, that give you the distinction, no, in the agency, and even your parents, no, acknowledges that. Okay, so thank you, Diego.
Kiven, sa iyo naman, when you were appointed as a leader, ano yung unang-unang key challenge na hinarap mo?
Yes, sir. So as a newbie leader, so my first challenge talaga is how can I manage my team. It's because I'm just young, no. So usually at first my struggle ko is how to properly manage them to produce or to be productive. So that's my first challenge. So yun, yung yung mga challenges ko, like how I can do joint field coach to them. So at first hindi ako masyadong magaling so mag joint field coach. It's because hindi ako I'm early nga for span of 7 months naging leader ako. So for me in that time feeling ko hindi pa ako equipped. Parang yung nasa isip ko. Pero I'm very glad it's because my unit head and branch head right now is siya yung nag-help sa atin na paano i-manage yung team, which is very diverse yung sa age. So I need to I need to be flexible, or I need to I need to understand them also. So yun sir, so yun yung struggle ko. And then siguro ang ibang struggle ko pa is I somehow nahirapan ako yung later nahirapan ako mag-recruit ng ibang advisor. So yun yung struggle.
Pero
Kasi-
ngayon, are you much more confident? Paano mo nalampasan yon? Are you much more confident now? Maganda na, again, in our industry, maraming tumutulong. Your
Yes.
leaders tumutulong. But right now, ano na yung sarili mong natutunan na ikaw nang gumagawa at namamanage mo na yung iyong mga tao ng mas mahusay?
Yes sir. So yun yung yung challenges ko at first, it's because pa lang starter ako as rookie na leader. So yun, so ngayon namamanage ko na talaga. It's because my experience na ako aside noon. So aside of doing joint field coach, nagkakandak ako ng yung mga initiative ko na sa team lang namin, na nagkakandak kami ng yung career orientation. So I know how to do it. So last 3 years ago hindi ako marunong. So yun yung nakikita ko sa aking self na I can manage na them well, and I can relate to them. So yun, it's being diverse kasi usually yung challenges din na na encounter ko is iba-iba yung background ng mga nagjo-join ng sa insurance industry. Yung iba sa walang background, yung iba meron. So nami-mix ko at naka-handle siya, sir. It's because by the help of other agency leader and our branch also, and the whole region naman.
Good to know that you're really taking advantage of all of your learnings. Kasama na dyan yung failure, I'm sure.
Yes.
So lahat ng learnings plus tulong ng iyong mga leaders, and now you're getting better. So malayo pa ang tatakbuhin mo. I'm sure make the most of what you are facing every single day. Thank you, Kiven. Jay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Ito naman tayo kay Maiah. Maiah, ang story mo, you started as a part-time, no? And then naging full-time advisor ka. And then within 2 years, you got promoted from AUM to UM and then to senior unit manager, no? So in the span of 2 years. Maiah, to what do you attribute yung ganung fast development ng iyong advancement ng iyong career?
Ayan, hindi ko na-expect ang Miss Universe question ni Miss J. Okay, so to what do I attribute yung fast, I think, climb of the success? Maliban sa growth mindset that I mentioned a while ago, the first ever challenge kasi that I experienced, dun kasi nag-base yung naging solution ko with how I handled the team. The first challenge is around how do I get them to move nang di ko naman sila pinapasweldo. Because that's the challenge in the insurance industry na parang galing kasi ako ng employment, sabi mo nga Miss J, part-time ako, nakikita kong gumagalaw naman yung mga tao doon kasi may sweldo sila. But when I entered insurance, hindi pala ganun kadali ang leadership. So I tried a lot of things, and siguro banggitin ko na lang yung top 2 things that really helped me overcome this challenge. And also this is what I attribute my success to. Number 1 is studying about life coaching.
Life
Ayan.
coaching.
Yan. And I would further categorize it into 2. Number 1 is performance coaching, and number 2 is transformative coaching. So like I mentioned, Miss J, I got accredited as a performance coach back in 2019 and got accredited as a transformative coach then back in 2020. Yun yung una that I felt helped me talagang build the team faster. Kaya as I mentioned din kanina, I also lead leaders right now. Yun talaga yung secret. Hindi dahil sinabi ko sa kanila magpa-promote kayo. Sa kanila nang galing yun. May ganun palang leadership. And mas madali for me yung walang pilitan. So bukal din sa loob nila. Happy ako with that kasi I tried yung isang way na challenge talaga ako doon. So, and second I would say is what I call personal mastery. Meaning ako mismo as a leader, I mastered myself first. Ano ba talaga yung mga hindi ko pa nakikita about myself that I need to see para kumbaga kung if you have ever heard the term of law of the lead.
Yeah, love the lead.
Yes, ayun. So yung lead ko before was mababa lang. And baka kaya hindi lumalaki yung team or hindi sila nag-grow because mababa siya. So I learned about myself and mastered myself, and because of that, na unti-unting naaakyat yung lead, unti-unting nag-grow yung team. So those were the two things, life coaching and personal mastery.
Wow, that's very very good to hear, no, Maya. At a very young age, okay, na-realize mo na kagad, no, the importance of self-awareness, no, and really tapping your own potential, and that will lead you also, no, to leading others, no, to tap their own potentials as well, no. Talagang Mr. Ivy, no, yung word na coaching talagang very popular talaga sa generations na to, no. And nakakatuwa kasi batang-bata pa at an early age, no, natutunan nyo na kagad yung konsepto ng coaching na yan. So thank you again, no, Maya, for sharing those two important, no, attributes, no, that made you very successful early on in your career.
Ang bilis ng oras. Naku, magmamadali tayo. Diego, sa iyo to, ha? I know recruitment is one of the tasks of a leader. So what do you do in order to attract more Gen Zs and millennials to the profession?
Well, for me, number one, Sir IB, is to know your market's platform. So I know my market for recruitment are more Gen Z or younger millennials, no. So I know that they can see me through Facebook, through social media, and even on TikTok. Actually, we have a colleague that garnered 2 million views in one TikTok video, and I've seen the comments. There are a lot of comments, thousands, I think 5,000 comments. How to join, how to join. So we really have to know the market, the platform of our market. And at the same time, for me, everything that we do in social media has to have value to them. Kung financial planning ba, kung personal finance ba, or giving them the opportunity or the career that we can offer them. And make them know that your lifestyle is what they also want. Lastly, you have to be genuine also in social media. And that's important also because people can really see siguro kung ano ba yung plastic or ano ba yung fake na tao when they post in social media. Now, the concern din for other agency leaders is, what if I'm from an older generation? How do I recruit younger Gen Zers, younger millennials? And for me, the key there is to siguro pinpoint to one potential Gen Zer or young millennial that you can that they can help you recruit. So it would be easier already if you have that one person, that one performing person to recruit also for the team. And siguro you just have to train that person. Alagaan na talaga natin yung person na yan para ending they can help you grow the team. Because of course the younger generation will attract more younger generations. It's more difficult if the older would attract the younger, because in nature we don't know what they want or what they don't want. So that's the key for me. That's my suggestion also for the older agency leaders. And to summarize lang everything, for me, recruitment is to build more Gen Zs, is to know your platform and to maximize that platform.
Thank you. Very much well said. Maraming salamat. Jay?
Okay, Kiven, credibility is very important among agency leaders. In your case, Kiven, how were you able to be credible? How do you make yourselves credible to the people that you are managing, considering what you mentioned kanina, that they range from age 25 to 45, no? So may mga advisors na who are older than you. So how can young leaders make themselves credible to the people that they manage?
Yes, ma'am. No. So in that question, ma'am, thank you. So how can I be the credible? So for me, ma'am, first in my personal branding, no, in my platform like Facebook. So makikita nila doon, like syempre yung sinasabi namin na yung bagong NBI natin ngayon is social media na. So someone is mag-investigate first yung ano yung mga post mo, ano yung nakalagay sa ano mo, timeline. So doon pa lang nakikita na nila if credible ba ako enough para maging leader, no? So either sa Instagram man yan or anong platform. So dapat makikita nila na you are expert in that field. You are good, no? So aside of that is you need to be example to them. So in my case, even though hindi ko nakwento kanina, even though I don't have any background or sales experience, na nakuha ko yung tinatawag sa amin na Rookie Starter Award or Fast Starter Award within 3 months, at least naka-10 clients ako. So, yun pa lang. So, yun yung example ko sa kanila na nakaya ko even I don't have any sales or background experience. So, nakuha ko yun. So, yung ano lang, I need to be credible. Aside of that is, yun, we all know naman na this career or industry is people's business or money business. So isa yung pinaka importante is yung character din ng tao about money. So yun yung pinaka importante para sa akin din. So even if when I recruit advisor or potential leader in the future, so isa na I-consider ko is the character of or attitude of the people or related to money. So
Okay, so thank you very much. So 3 things, no? So unang-una talagang dapat very careful na kayo o tayo kung ano yung pinopost natin sa social media, because tama nga, no? People judge us, people assess us by what they see on our social media postings. So talagang yon. And of course, yung sabi mo nga, modeling the way. No, pag ano yung nakikita ng mga advisors mo na ginagawa mo, yun ang paniniwalaan nila, no? At yung sabi mo kanina, yung last, no, yung money management, because syempre yung ating trabaho, no, involves money, no, taking care of money, investment mga tao natin, mga clients natin. So that's very important. So thank you for sharing.
May add lang ako, mama, okay lang.
Yeah. Sige.
It's very kasi ma'am, if ever, di ba, as a leader, let's say mag-attend tayo ng meeting tapos wala ka. So yan pa lang is parang So dapat ikaw yung mag-start talaga or ikaw yung mag-lead kasi leader ka. So as a leader, yun yung simple act na you can be a good leader. It's because let's say marami kasi nangyayari sa iba mag-join ng meeting, even face-to-face man yan or tapos wala ka. So parang depende yan sa case siguro din po. So
yung presence, dapat yung presence ng leader nandiyan dyan palagi. Okay, so thank you Kiven.
Maiah, in your case, and 'di ba alam natin na ayun ang assumption, and you can contest this. And sabi nila na ang mga younger generation hindi daw masyadong nagtatagal sa isang organisasyon. So palipat-lipat. So the question to you now is how can you make them engage and stay longer in your team and in the industry?
Yes, thank you, Sir IB. I think common struggle. Ang dami ko kasi narinig na ganyang struggle right now. Especially bumabalik na naman tayo sa pre-pandemic parang state, no? Na nag-face-to-face, bagong challenge. So, upon observation and also in the years of experience na rin, as a leader, 3 years and 2 years as advisor 3, what I saw is hindi pala siya about the company. It's not even about the money or the compensation or even about benefits or travel. Kasi parang sa totoo lang pare-pareho lang naman lahat. Yun yung na-realize ko doon. And kung may konting differences, hindi siya ganun ka value adding for that person. For me, it boils down, especially for me as a millennial, I'm speaking as a millennial, it boils down to culture. Yung culture ba na I have for my own team, is it something na is aligned to what the recruit or the advisor wants as his or her own culture? So, kaya siguro ako, right, based on my experience and personally, the moments whenever people are disengaged or they resign or mataas yung turnover rate is because hindi naging clear yung culture ko. Or hindi nila alam ano ba yung saan ba to papunta. What's the culture of your team, Maiah? Parang ganun. So it was not as clear. And when I became clear or journeying with the clarity of the culture, that's when I noticed people are stepping up and people are more engaged. So siguro just one word for me, that's culture.
Thank you. So talagang very important yung first interaction mo with them to clarify what kind of an organization or team culture you are building. And then I assume every day you make sure that you reinforce that kind of culture. Thank you, Maiah. Jay.
Okay, unfortunately nasa last questions na tayo, no? So ito na yung aking last question. Utay tayo kay Maiah. Maiah, my last question for you. Your past years have been very, very successful, no, for you and for the team, as we have seen and as you have shared. How do you see your team 3 years from now, and how are you preparing the team to what you have envisioned?
Yan, yan yung mga gusto nating tanungan, Miss J. So 3 years from now, I'm seeing my team, syempre I'm already an agency manager. I'm leading a team of 500 to 1,000. So the minimum is 500. And aside from that, I've also promoted leaders, more leaders na rin. So the secret talaga with what I noticed, no, nakakapagod kasi yung leadership na ako lang yung leader.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
also, I call it, parang nabasa ko to with 4-hour work week, if familiar kayo kay Tim Ferriss, the what you call empowerment failure. Meaning, dati kasi sinasalo ko lahat. All I thought was, sa pagsasalo ko ng lahat, natutulungan ko sila. But in the end, I'm actually doing empowerment failure. I'm not letting them step up. And I'm ridding them of yung kailangan nilang tools and also their potential is not met. So definitely an agency manager with more leaders times 5 and also how to get there. I'll just continue what I'm doing right now. So culture, coaching, and commitment.
Wow. Okay. So 3 C's, So we're looking forward, Maiah, to your appointment as a full-fledged, no, agency manager already of AIA Philippines, and with your 1,000 advisors, no. Babalik ka sa amin, Mag-guest ka ulit sa amin when you have met that, no, because we want to hear again your stories, no. And again, sharing your 3 C's, that is your coaching, culture, and ano nga yung pangatlo?
Commitment.
Commitment. Okay. So thank you very much, Maiah.
Thank you.
For the two gentlemen, this is your final question, all right? As you look forward to the future that you envision, what one skill must a leader possess to make sure that that future is going to be bright? Umpisa natin. Diego, first answer the question.
For me, Sir IB, that one skill,
Yes.
for me is a lot kasi sir, pero siguro understanding the system that you have or preparing for the future. Once you prepare for the future, sir, you have to prepare an efficient system. And that was the first struggle that I had when I started my agency leadership life. I didn't have that system, but moving forward, when you already have that concrete system that you can just follow and siguro multiply to all of your rookies, magiging effective na. And of course, once you have effective rookies, they'll be happy, they'll produce more, they'll recruit more. So for me, that's the important part also. And siguro just to add, one bonus lang din for one skill is to have that ability to adjust to the situation, because you'll be talking to a lot of agents kasi a lot of advisors. You have 5 phone calls or 5 meetings in one day. The first one has a very sad story of all rejections. The next one with happy stories of all the closest. So up and down with all of the emotions, no? So we really have to know how to adjust to that experience as an agency leader. Not only talking to more clients, but also giving the motivation to the downside and the upsides to your teammates. So 2 things, +1 lang talaga tayo, Sir IB, pero prepare an efficient system, know your system, and also have that ability to adjust to the situation.
Salamat, Diego. Talaga namang napakahirap sagutin yung isa lang sa dami ng ginagawa niyo. Sorry for that unfair question. Kiven, ikaw na. Ano yung skill na kailangan meron ng leader para prepared na prepared sa future?
Hello sir, by the way, pwede ba sir, mag-copy-paste?
Copy paste.
So by the way, isa sa ano ko na is, sabi ni Sir Diego is, para sa akin din, yun yung yung na-realize ko later on sa career ko as a leader. Because, kasi motivation is parang for the short term lang eh. So motivation for me is parang, if nandun sila sa let's say, okay na environment, okay. Pero pag sila na, so system talaga ang yung mag-last para sa akin. So system, but so na-explain na yun ni Sir Diego. But for me, since nag-start ako as agency leader, so yun yung wala sa akin, which is the system that I need to have para ma-sustain yung sustainability sa business. So somehow, and by the way, aside of that, my skills is na lang siguro, kasi Diego yun. Pero ko lang, in-add ko lang, for me din is focus. For me, you need to be, let's say, di ba, we have different or goals as a leader after 3 years, 5 years, or long-term 10 years. Is you need to focus to your goals. So you need to commit. So for me, kasi yung kay Sir Diego yung system, so sa akin is yung focus, sir. Focus mo sa yung talaga, yung goal mo as a leader. Let's say you need to have more managers ba to leverage na mas marami tayong matutulungan as being advisor or a leader. So para sa akin, sir, yun. Para sa akin, you need to commit yourself, focus yun.
Thank you, Kiven. Ako, napakahirap mag-focus sa panahon na to na napakarami gustong gawin ng bawat tao, lalo na kayong mga Gen Zs and Millennials, no? So, tapos na ang oras natin. Ang sarap ng usapan. Maraming salamat sa inyong tatlo. I'm sure that maraming natutunan ng ating mga listeners. Ako, marami akong natutunan, no? So, having heard from the three of you, I am very confident that the future of our industry, no, together with all of the young leaders working together, ay very bright talaga ang hinaharap ng industry. Continue to dream more. May your visions become a reality in the near future. And all the best to you and to your respective teams. Salamat.
Yes,
Thank you, everyone.
again. Thanks again, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you for the three of you for your very generous sharing. No, Mr. Ivy and I, no, we're very happy and we're very much impressed, no, with your sharing. No, sayang lang, maiksi ang oras natin. It's not enough. Naging napaka-ambisyoso namin. No, marami kaming ma-discuss, no, with the three of you in the span of 45 or 1 minute. But I'm sure napakaraming natutunan ng ating mga listeners, no, sa sharing yung tatlo. May your tribe continue to increase. You are the future of this industry. And of course, I'd like to extend our thanks to your mother agencies, no? To Paul and Nina Borromeo of Pro-Life UK for Diego, no? Mr. Jerome De Castro of AIA Philippines for Maiah, and Ms. Shane Perez of Manulife Philippines for Kiven. I'm sure kayong mga mother agencies nila ay mas kinakabahan during the interview, but I know also that you are very proud after you have heard your respective unit managers share tonight. So sa inyong mga managers, you are very blessed, you are very lucky to have these three souls under your wings. And of course, thank you everybody for spending your Thursday evening with us. I'm sure ang ating maraming tayong mga young leaders were able to relate to the stories of our three sharers. So we'll see you again next week.
We invite you to join us again next week as we listen to Allianz 2021 Top Rookie Leader, Miss Mary Jane Dizon, to share her journey for being part of the three sectors of the financial services, pre-need, health, and now life insurance. So that's next Thursday, July 7, 8 p.m. here in Leaders in Action.
Real leaders.
Real stories.
Real talk.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you,
Bye.
Diego,
Thank you so
Maya, and
much, ma'am. Thank you so much,
Kiven.
sir.
Maraming salamat. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good
Thank
night.
you.